What's up, everybody? Welcome to Off the Clock with Tre and Kj. Man, this has been a project that me and Tre have been working on for a little bit. We've been kind of considering it and trying to just do something different and create a space for people of our age to kind of just be real with each other and to have tough conversations about stuff that's going on, about sports, about life in general, news, social media trends, all of that good stuff. And so, when we both kind of collaborated and came up with this idea, I figured, we both figured it'll be a great opportunity for the both of us to be able to kind of lead the way and impact the whole social media world, the whole digital world by creating this space just to be real with each other. And so, first, what we're going to do, we're going to introduce each other. I'm going to let Tre go first, and I'm going to introduce myself, and then we'll keep on rolling. So go ahead, Tre.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. My name is Tre Tiggs. Currently, I'm working as a academic counselor at Eastern Michigan University. This is something that I've always had the desire to do. So this is my life right now. I started this week. So this is my occupation. And there's some cool things about me. I went to college at Eastern Michigan, studied sport management and communications, got my degree in 2020 during COVID. And after that, I took off, moved to Nebraska, worked out there for a year. So now I'm back at Eastern, finishing up my master's right now. And my why, everything I do it to one, glorify God, and my mom, she's my motivation. So everything that I do, like I do it for those two. So how I got in this career field, came back to Eastern Michigan to finish up my master's degree in higher ed. So I started working in academic support services at Eastern. Did that for a couple months, and then I got promoted to full time. So that's pretty much where I'm at now. So, AJ, you wanna tell us more about you and your journey?
Yeah. Tre, you're leaving off something, bro. Don't let Tre fool y'all. He kind of big time. Tre got a whole blue check on Twitter now.
Nah. We're not doing that. We're not doing that, sir. No.
Hey, that's a good dude, man. Y'all connect with Tre. He's a great guy. I've been knowing him for 3.5, going on 4 years now. It's crazy. Crazy, right? And it just seemed like yesterday how we just clicked. So this is a friendship that I value to the core. And so, Tre, appreciate you, bro. Guess it's time to introduce myself. My name is KJ. I am currently a teacher and basketball coach at Chilton High School out in Central Texas. What's crazy is I was born and raised here. Went off to go to school at Lamar. Got my undergraduate degree in kinesiology. Worked with their men's basketball program for 3 years under Coach Tick Price. Then I graduated, got my degree in kinesiology in 2021. Came back home to Central Texas and currently in my second year back as a teacher and head girls basketball coach out there. Currently, right now, I am in school working on my master's degree. I actually just started I'm 100% online at Arkansas State University. I am pursuing a master's degree in sport administration. So, from there, what I kind of want to do with that, of course, I want to coach. Any coach knows that coaches knows that, it's gonna take a lot for them to just give it up. And so what I plan to do is become an athletic administrator. So when I decide to hang up the whistle and decide to just stop coaching, whenever that is, I really want to work my way into some sort of athletic administration, either at the intercollegiate level or the interscholastic level. I kind of want to work my way up to the collegiate level to become an executive athletic director or an athletic director. So you talk about whys, man. I work hard, man, and everything that I have, I've worked for, and I don't have a story to where, I'm doing it for this, that, and the third. I'm doing it because I set a standard for myself, and I set a standard for what, what I want to accomplish in life. And so I understand that with that comes the ins and the outs, and everything that comes with what I want to accomplish out of life. So I'm very driven, I'm purpose driven. I believe that God has a plan for myself and everybody who I impact. And so, I work so hard to ensure that I make him proud, number one, and then my family proud, and then everybody who's connected and depending on me proud. That's a big thing. So a lot of people, uh, when you put your name on the line for somebody, it directly reflects you. So when people put their name on the line for me, I want to make them proud and make them look good. And so that's kind of why I work so hard and why I do the things that I do. So yeah, that's who we are. That's I appreciate y'all once again for kind of kicking it with us and talking with us. And so we'll move on from there. Trey, you got anything else to add before we move on?
No, man. I just want to say, just talking about your why, man. That's huge. Like just doing it for the people that's around you, and like doing it to glorify God. Like that's the main thing. But like you said, like you work hard and like you do the right thing. So there's like no question to why things won't move forward in your life. So perfect perfect answer that you had. And I can see you being an AD. Like you got that ED demeanor, like personality, attitude. I can see you, yelling at your kids right now, even though like I'm not like in the classroom with you, but I can picture it. So definitely thankful for this friendship. Like KJ said, like going on 4 years, no, 3 to 4. We met during COVID, like on a
Bro,
Zoom
we
call
met
back
way
when
before COVID, bro.
was it was it before COVID?
It was in 2019. Like
Okay,
it was
okay.
it was like spring 2019, bro.
Okay, because you was a freshman in college. Oh, got you.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, like you said, like it felt like it was yesterday, but 4 years then gone by, which is insane. So, no, man, really thankful to share this platform with you. So, like just moving forward, you pretty much talked about like the purpose of the podcast. So, I just want to get my insight on it. We just want to have a safe space, where as we could just come together and just talk about relevant topics that's going on in our lives and just keeping it real, man. Like it's just so much out there that we see on a day to day on social media, in real life situations. So the main purpose, is just to be real about certain stuff and just having this safe space where we can just keep it real and just talk about whatever it is. Especially being two African American males in society, like it's a lot of things that we see and some stuff is not talked about. So we just want to keep it real and just share and bounce ideas off of each other. And just be people that others can see doing this to where they can relate in certain ways, because that's what we want to do. Like we want to have people listening and watching, just to get a glimpse of like the day-to-day lives, but also like real stuff that we see that others may be afraid to talk about, but
Yeah.
we can be honest and just have debates or whatever. Like KJ, he can say something and I won't agree with it, just like UConn and Baylor. Like I don't agree with nothing that Baylor does. I don't agree with.
Hey,
they're a good basketball program, like no shade, but you know what I'm saying. Like
dude,
KJ
is there
loves
even
Baylor, like I'm all for UConn. So we have our debates where we just throw players out there, like such be such and such 09 Baylor team. Okay, so just a purpose, just to keep it real and honest, and just have a safe space where eventually we can start bringing people on where they can share stuff that we may not cover, but someone else with more experience and knowledge can cover that. So
right.
Yep.
You mentioned UConn and Baylor. I just can't let that slide, Trey. We've had many heated arguments, many heated FaceTime calls between UConn and Baylor. Will it still be considered a rivalry now? Will it really still be because the coaching changes? You know, with, I I grew up watching Baylor women's basketball. I grew up right down the street. We still get I got season tickets right now. I go every chance I get when we're not playing, we're not practicing, whatever. But it was a little different when Moki was the head coach. She would take it and that was a rivalry. And I just want to just clarify that the last two meetings that they had, I think Baylor won.
In 2020, Baylor got knocked out in was it Elite Eight?
In the 2021 Elite Eight, they sure did get
during COVID. So Moki last year, it didn't end the way that Moki wanted it to, but she ran up out of Baylor anyway. So honestly, like you said, it wouldn't even be a rivalry. Honestly, like Moki isn't there. So no, it wouldn't be a rivalry if they were to play, which I don't think Nikki would schedule UConn, so they probably won't play again, honestly. If we're being honest.
Okay, let me ask you this. Everybody's seen it. In 2021, it's like April, what? I don't even know. That was a foul. That last play of the game was a foul.
It could have been, but
I replay that in my head every time I see Baylor play. That was a foul.
That's the thing.
It was a foul. Even LeBron tweeted it and said it was a foul. If LeBron tweets it.
LeBron wasn't on the sideline, though. LeBron was watching from ESPN, just like me and you both were.
Either way, it was a foul. I don't criticize officials publicly, but it was a foul.
Okay.
Hey, but really, hey, in all honesty, Coach Ariema, man, Gino, he's sat out a few games. He's had some health issues, man. Big shout out to him and the work he's done and everything. I love Coach Ariema. I love UConn as much as I love Baylor because of what they just brought so much emotion and attention to the game of basketball. When you think of women's basketball, you got to think UConn. And so, being a girls basketball coach, I have no animosity, but I just love Baylor just a tad bit more. And a few other teams a tad bit more than UConn. But shout out to him, man. I hope everything is all right with him. And I hope he gets to feeling better soon and back on the sideline.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. But I'm going to give you a pass. Everything that you said.
Hey, man. Shout out to Coach Mulkey, too. 16-0. Best LSU season, women's basketball season start in all of program history.
What about her first 6 games, though? Her non-conference sucked.
Her non-conference was awful.
But she did mention she didn't have Andrew Reese and all the other kids before she made, her non-conference. But moving forward, usually, I don't know who she schedules, but hopefully next season she don't schedule like that.
Mm-hmm. And watching them, I watched them play, I guess it was Thursday. They played Texas A&M. And they were Carolyn Peck, and I forget the other commentator who was commentating that game. They were talking about how when she had made the schedule, she didn't have the All-American recruits that she had. She had signed late, and so she lost maybe 70-80% of her offense last season, and so. She was just gonna get those. Looked like she was just gonna get those those little bye games. But then you get Angel Reese, you get Flaw J. Johnson, you get all of these other players that came out of nowhere, said, "Hey, I'm gonna play for LSU," and now you're getting Angel Reese with a triple double every game. You get, but even in conference, they've only played A&M, they've only played Arkansas, they've only played Kentucky today. They're killing it. And Kentucky is just not a bad team. Who else that they play? Arkansas is just not a bad team. No shade to Texas A&M. Texas A&M only had 7 players that day. But Kentucky's not a bad team, bro. Where we go from there?
Next.
All right, let's talk about DeMar Hamlin, man. You know, as we know, last Monday, everybody's seen it. If you weren't watching the game, I wasn't watching the game, but my girlfriend texted me and was like, "Hey, turn on the ESPN, the Bills game right now." And so I turned it on. He was getting CPR on the field. Soon it came out that he got cardiac arrest and had to do CPR on the field. Ended up taking him to the hospital and was in all of that. So with that, what are your thoughts on that, bro?
Honestly, I think, Skip Bayless, he had made a tweet, and it had, everybody heated, and, the tweet, like what he said was wrong. No matter, if we trying to justify, who makes the playoff run and things like that, but we're talking about someone, son, someone nephew, someone cousin, someone brother, you know what I'm saying? So it's more than just, like the playoffs, and for him to say, the game was being postponed, thinking that the game should just go home. I think he was just wrong, This is somebody that have to live, you know what I'm saying? Like, this game, like, we need the playoffs, but, his life is more important. So for the NFL to postpone the game, I'm definitely for it, because that could have been his son. I don't even know if the man have kids, but he also have to understand that, it's more to life than football. Because this young man, I mean, granted, I'm a year older than him, I'm calling him a young man, but his life is more important, than them to continue the game. Because honestly, even like in basketball practices, like, people get injured all the time.
All the time.
Coaches, they, go and support the player and this like that, things like that, and then we continue practice. And that's just the reality of it. But even, like, if this was to happen, like, in the game, somebody tear like ACL, we continue the game. But something as life-threatening as this, we end the game, no ifs, ands, buts.
You gotta end it. The tweet said this. If y'all don't know, the tweet said this. No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. And so when we look at that tweet, here's my take on it. Bad timing. The timing couldn't have been worse, because he literally made that tweet maybe a minute after it happened, and everybody knows that he was getting CPR. And you gotta everybody's emotions are high. Before you make a hot take like that, you gotta let the situation marinate a little bit. Let people kind of, gauge what's going on. Like, you feel me? Like, that's just not something that you would tweet, and said it in a way that made that situation seem irrelevant. Because number one, I could see what he was saying, but at the same time, the delivery of it made it seem so insensitive and so inhumane. And then Shannon's response on First Take, Undisputed, not that next day, but the following day. I mean, I don't know if y'all seen it, but Shannon looked fed up, man. I don't know. I don't know if, because this is not the first time Skip had a hot take that Shannon didn't had some words for. And it got to the point where Shannon was just like, "Hey, next subject, move on."
Yeah. Seriously though, yeah. I mean, I went back and watched the video, and Skip, he wouldn't even let Shannon talk, to where Shannon got to the point where he just wanted to move on. So, that's insane. But there's no moving on from that, because Shannon basically wanted to ask him to take down the tweet, and Skip said, "I'm not taking down my tweet. It's staying up there."
Right.
So that's the reality, but hey, it is what it is.
Right. And then on the lighter side, look at what all of this has done with the world, and all of this has done with the sport, the athletic community, the ESPN community. I mean, you had an ESPN reporter that stopped the broadcast and everything they were talking about to on live national TV to pray for this man. I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm not a genius or anything, but it looks to me that, you know, this situation was used to bring people back to God, right? Because you had these teams circling around each other, taking a knee, praying, forgetting about football, forgetting about the playoff stipulations and all of that, forgetting about live TV and what you can and can't talk about on live TV, and say, hey, bump this, we need to pray. And to me, I see the lighter side of that, and that's what really kind of stuck with me throughout the whole process.
Yeah, it was definitely you know, like a powerful prayer, and just watching that video and like just hearing them pray. Prayer is powerful. He hears us, he answers us. So that brought me back to 1 John 5:14 that says he hears us whenever we ask for anything that pleases him. And that's just something that just always just stick by my side, because I pray daily. Like I pray whenever something going on, like I'm praying like when I'm doing well, like things like that. So prayer is powerful, and like in that moment, that reporter, he was led to pray for him because it was on his heart to do so. Because I'm sure if he wasn't led to do it, then he wouldn't have done it. Or if he wouldn't have, he would have this conscience. So no, I mean, sometimes, like we're led to be called to do things that may be, like uncomfortable, and that could have been uncomfortable to some of the listeners, because not everybody, believe in God. So, that could have been uncomfortable for many listeners, but he was called to do it, and he did what he had to do.
Right. All right, y'all. So let's move forward. I got to share this. And when it was a deal, when it was a thing, well, it still is a thing, I automatically put it into it. So if you've been on TikTok, like Tre and I have, you have seen, especially through the holidays, you have seen this dead celebrity trend, where the person who's recording will go into the room where the family is and be like, oh, this celebrity dead at 79 years old, and then we'll get the reaction and then be like, nah, we just playing. That kind of bothered me. I'm not gonna lie. That kind of bothered me. Tre, talk to me, bro. What's going on, fam?
Like it kind of bothered me too, because we're talking about people here, like we're talking about someone, auntie, brother, cousin, sister, cousin, granddaughter, mama. This is somebody's life that we're talking about. And, this trend, of this older people, like younger people, just, making these jokes, like about people not being here with us anymore. That's not right.
Yeah.
That's not right, because, you know what I'm saying? Like if somebody was to do that about, me, granted, I'm not a celebrity, but somebody, call somebody, making jokes saying, oh, Tre not here no more with us. That person, they take that differently. Like they'd be hurt off that, but then somebody say, oh, I'm joking. Like, no, like I'm not for that. I'm definitely not with it. That trend definitely shouldn't still be happening, but it's just the reality of social media. We see things and we want to, do it, and even add in, like on the trend. Not saying like that, add in on stuff, but something in that aspect where like we're talking about people's lives. Like, granted, some people could be, could love certain celebrities, and you tell somebody that, and they just be so heartbroken. Like people just react to things differently. So I'm not for the trend. Like I said, like I don't think it's a great thing to be doing. Like just basically you're wishing death on people, and
right.
That's not what we're called to do. We're called to be leaders and support others, and but that trend is insane.
Yeah.
Every time I see it, block the person that I just blocked the person, that's just trying to make a joke. I can't think of which celebrity it was, but it was a celebrity. It was an actress. Her son told told her that Michael B. Jordan was pronounced dead,
Angela Bassett's son. I saw
yes, and she lost it. Like she literally like lost it. So just like, you know, people love these people. Like not saying that celebrities are held to like a higher standard, but they do have a lot of power. But it's people that don't know these celebrities, and they love them like they've been knowing them for their whole life. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just something that you don't play with. Like death is a serious thing, and I don't wish that on anyone. But that trend definitely shouldn't have started. But it's just the reality of social media, and hey, but I'm not for it.
Yeah. And bro, I was really thinking like, who comes up with this stuff? Like, and what like logic do they have to think that it's okay? Because I know for a fact if it was my mother, grandmother, father, whatever, whoever, I'm sorry, that wouldn't be cool. It's similar to like, you're watching a TV show and a character gets killed off the show or whatever, and then people are like, having real life funerals and making real life obituaries for this person using this person's picture. Like, power of life and death lies in the power of your tongue, right? Power, life and death lies in the power of your tongue. That's what the Bible says. And I've learned that like things manifest because you say them. And so, it just kind of bothered me a little bit. And normally I am the buzzkill guy, and I am the guy at work to be like, hey, just chill out, don't do all that. I'm the guy that just kind of ruins all the fun. But like I'm so glad that none of our kids, especially where I work, kind of bought into that. As I've for what I've seen, because that's just, to me, it's insensitive. Because that's what it is, bro. I mean, I wouldn't want nobody using my name like that because, first of all, what y'all know that I don't know, y'all talking about I'm dead at 22 years old, finna be 23, right? And so I didn't think that was okay. And, and it still is a trend, and there's a sound going around about it. And every time I see it, it's just something is not interested, mute, block, whatever button that I can put, because I don't want that typo on my timeline, man. What did TikTok call the For You page? I don't want my For You page. That's all it was during the holidays, bro. Just, so and so dead at 76, so and so dead at 54, so and so dead at 35. Like no, because these people, you speaking their deaths right now, they start dying, we're gonna be destroyed.
Right.
And so
to that point, it just made me think, like, granted, like in undergrad, like my classmates, they would come up with like the most like weirdest excuses to not be at class. Bro. So, there's people out here today that will miss class or miss a test and say someone in their family died whole time this person is alive. Mm-hmm. And this trend just brought me back to like my undergrad days, like my classmates, like through our college. And, it was the reality, like if people miss stuff, like some people just lie so much that they don't even know that they're lying. Like some people lie so much to the point where they just want to hear themselves talk. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's just like, you ever just been around somebody and you know that they're lying, but you're still listening?
I can
like, okay, like what's the next lie? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, people that do that kind of stuff, man, it's not right. I'm all for doing the right thing. I can be seen as a Debbie Downer or whatever because I'm all for positivity and good things happening. I'm not for, like negativity, drama, excuses. If you're bringing that near me or towards me, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to entertain it. You know what I'm saying? So keep it away from me. Right. I try to be as positive as I can be. I try to understand both sides of situations, even if it's negative. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. That's just who I am. Right. Sometimes should I know, but I'm gonna hear you out. I want to hear why you thought like this, why you did this, and can we move forward and can you understand what you did was wrong?
Yeah.
Without you lying. So man, that trend is, I mean,
I can't do it, man. That's just, what happened to the TikTok dances trend when we were in quarantine back in 2020, and that's all people had to do was dance on TikTok.
Man, people just trying to go viral, man. TikTok pay after you get like a certain amount of followers, and
it's crazy.
That's just real, yeah, right now in life, man. So honestly, like any trend that that can get people out here. Granted, it's funny people on TikTok, you know what I'm saying, but some people don't go viral for the right things. It's always the wrong things. So that's why I don't know. I just try to have a positive feed. I'm all on Christian TikTok, basketball TikTok. I'm even on dancing TikTok videos. I mean, like and I see people dancing. So I'm all positivity and good vibes. So,
but for some reason, and this is weird, my For You page, I've been on. So, I've been on like Real Housewife TikTok, like Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Potomac. And granted, a lot of people don't know this, but like my inner circle, I watch a lot of Real Housewives. I really do. It's funny. It's good quality reality TV, even though it's fake. Like it is so funny. And so Real Housewives of Atlanta, I see all of these at Real Housewives videos, and that's all my TikTok. And I'll sit here scrolling for hours. Real Housewife video after Real. And then what's crazy is, it won't get old. It will never get old. I watch the same scenes over and over, and it won't get old. And so, that, and I've been on funeral home TikTok. Like, right. I don't know, bro. I don't know. It says For You page. And I'm like, well, they're saying for you. What are y'all trying to tell me? If it's funeral home, do I need to start making arrangements or something here pretty quick? Or what?
Don't even think that way.
I know, bro, but I've been on funeral home TikTok. It's crazy. And I told my girl that, and she was like, she was like, well, you trying to tell me something? I was like, you trying to tell me something? And so it's weird, bro. It is weird. So I ain't been on TikTok much today, so I ain't got to see what it was today. But yeah, man. Moving on, bro. Let's move forward. So going into the new year, from 2022 to 2023, everybody always has goals. I hate using the word resolutions because I don't like the word, because everybody's go-to New Year's resolution is like, get back in the gym, let's work out. And then like 4 days in, it's like, nah, I can't do it. So 2023 goals, man. And I really kind of took it and was intentional. And so with mine, but Trey, I want to hear yours, bro. Like give me like 3 of them that you have that you are really focusing on to kind of, get better and, accomplish this year.
Honestly, my very first goal of the year, I just want to, be the light and help lead more people to Christ. There are so many lost souls out here, but they need to be found. Like I was led to Christ from a classmate, and just seeing him post about his men's Bible study group and things like that. And I just gave it a shot. So one, I just want to help, like lead people to Christ, whether, me being a light, and, people see him through me. Just having those conversations with people, just, just figuring out how I start the conversation. So whether that's, I see a cross tattoo, I see, like some kind of scripture on their arm or anywhere that's visible, like a cross necklace or chain, like that's pretty much, like conversation starters to, really figure out more about their personal relationship with Christ. And even wristbands, some people wear wristbands with scriptures and things like that. So, like just trying to figure people out and, like just try to learn more about them and things like that. And another goal of mine, I just want to flourish in my role as academic counselor.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this is something that I'm passionate about and something that I can do well. Um, I know that it won't be easy, like as I move forward, and it will have its challenges and ups and downs. But I wanna, I want to just be good at what I do. Like I want to impact the students, which I think I'm doing it already. Um, I just want to, be able to, uh, just be good at what I do because I love what I do. And another goal, because I have like 8 of them, but the last one that I'm gonna end on, I feel like I want to take pictures more with people. Like I feel like that's one thing that I don't do. Like pictures are memories. Like people are memories. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't take pictures with people enough, and I think that's bad because it's like I'll be like, dang, like I haven't seen such and such in a long time. But when I see him and I hang out with this person or family or friends, it's like, dang, we didn't even take a picture. So
Right.
that's one thing like that I want to be better at. It's like, when there's somebody that's important to me, I want to take a picture with them. Um, because that's just something that I don't do, and I think I could be better at it because those are memories for sure. And like
Yeah.
I said, like you never know, when somebody go, and that picture could be the last thing that you have of them. So I
Yeah.
just want to be better at taking pictures, moving forward, whether that's with coworkers, my students,
Mm-hmm.
um, just having those memories, that I could just hang up in my office.
Yeah.
Um, taking like more like group photos like with my students to where I'll be like, okay, like later, like down the line, I can say, okay, like when I were at the Eastern Michigan, these were my football players, these were gymnasts,
Right.
baseball, volleyball, track, like these are all the students like that I work with. You know what I'm saying? Like just to have those memories of like my career and like what I did throughout the years because I'm terrible at it. So I
Yeah.
just want to be better at that as well. Tell
Yeah.
me more, like about your goals and what you wanna,
Yeah, for
accomplish
sure,
this year.
bro. I like that last one that you did before I get started, bro. The take more pictures because you never know, bro. You know this, and people who know me know this. I lost 3 really good friends that were classmates this past year in 2022. One in June, one in July, one in November. And one in June, we were really good friends. Like we kind of ran together throughout high school. Even when I came back throughout college, we kind of ran together. And he passed away in June. But the last picture I have of him was it was July of 2019. It's been 3 years. We've seen each other, yes. We've ran with each other since then, yeah. But that was the last picture I had with him. And so that one kind of holds weight with me because, you know, yeah, we can say, hey, I've hung out with this, that, and the third, hung out with this person, that person. What you got to show for it, right? And so that holds weight with me for sure. So appreciate you sharing that. So I got 3 of my big ones, man. So my first one, y'all, if y'all don't know this, my dad is a pastor. My dad is a pastor, and I have the privilege of, working alongside of him with ministerial operations, especially regarding the church. So when he first took over and was elected as pastor, he was I was heavily involved because I was like, hey, we want to get, I was with him. I was like, we want to get things rolling. We want to get things going, this, that, and the third, right? So I was heavily involved. Then, I started coaching travel ball, started training on the side, missed a lot of church, was on the road a lot, was spending more time on the court than I was with anything else or anybody else. And just kind of, distanced myself from that and was aware of it and remained distanced throughout the rest of the year. And so one of my biggest goals, and I communicated this to my dad, was get back more consistently involved, especially with leadership operations in the church. From leadership meetings to whatever we got going on at the church, I want to be able to spearhead some of the stuff that we do like I did before. And so It's been 8 days. It's January 8th right now. It's been 8 days since the start of the year, and he's been putting me to work. So we've been rolling there. So that's one thing. It's great to just sit alongside of him. The next thing that I have was uh go on, this is kind of personal to me, but I have a girlfriend, and I want to be able to go on 2 to 3 dates per month with her. Regardless what that is, if it's going out to eat, if it's going to main event or doing something, going at least 2 to 3 dates with her a month, so that we can kind of keep the spontaneity in our relationship. Because, she works in healthcare, I work in education and athletics, two, rigorous careers, and we could get caught up in a revolving door of doing the same thing, sitting on the couch, sitting at the house, doing this, that, and the third, right? And not really having anything new, and it can get stale. So I'm committed to going, 2 to 3 dates per month with her. And then the final thing, and this one is personal to me in my career, attend 4 clinics as well as 4 college or high school practices or workouts in the off season. I'm a coach. I'm a basketball coach, and I think I spend a little bit too much time on the court or in front of my computer watching film or doing something basketball related. And I love to learn. I love clinics. I had the opportunity to speak at one in October, which was the last one I spoke at. And I just love going to talk to coaches. I love going to sit in their practices and just pick their brains, sit in their office and pick their brains and just talk to them about certain things. And so, it's a great way to network and everything too. But attend 4 clinics, and not just 4 clinics or practices, 4 clinics and 4 practices or workouts, whether it's high school, college, or travel, AAU, all of that, because there are some coaches at each level that are just great at what they do. And I can name a few right now that are just killing it, and they're just killing the game. And to be honest, if I could steal their whole game plan and playbook, I definitely will. But that's kind of my 3 goals: become more consistently involved in the church operations, leadership wise, go on 2 to 3 days per month with my girlfriend, and then attend 4 clinics and 4 practices throughout the off season. And so those are my 3 goals, bro. Those are just things that are kind of personal to me and to help me get to where I need to be, especially in life.
No, man, those were great goals that you listed. And I think I think I'm confident that you accomplish them and get them done. You are well connected in the area, and there's schools that's near you that you can go stop by, and people that you know. So one thing about you, man, like when you say something, I know that you go do it. So I'm gonna hold you accountable to this. I'm gonna document this date, January 8th at 8 p.m. So I'm gonna hold you accountable, and I'm gonna be checking in and asking about those goals as well, which I know that you would do well at. So
please do. Hey, y'all, and this is just me getting on my soapbox. Everybody needs an accountability partner. Whoever it is. Tre has been an excellent accountability partner. He has been a great friend of mine, and just keeping, especially with me, because I can get everywhere, keeping my head level. And so when he say he gonna keep me accountable, I'm gonna get a text at least once a week talk about, hey, what have you done this? Have you done that? And then, get you an accountability partner, man. Those, and if it's a friend, if it's a coworker, if it's your significant other, cousin, brother, I can't go in my siblings. My siblings crazy. But whoever it is, get you one, and it has tremendously blessed me and blessed my life, man. Go ahead, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh no, man. I wasn't really gonna say much. I was just gonna say, it's just being a counselor, man, like you gotta hold these students to, like a high standard, because if you don't, telling them stuff to get done. So, as far as, like accountability, I gotta hold my people, like accountable, because that's just what I do, So nah, man, it's just something that, I just take pride in, because I want the same for me, you know what I'm saying? So I just try to get the best out of people, because I know that people can reach their potential if they want to, and you can definitely do it. Just like I tell my students, you gotta wake up in the morning and look yourself in the mirror. I can say ABCD, but are you going to do it? You know what I'm saying? So it's a matter of, like just wanting to do it, but also being able to take criticism and also be able to take accountable, because some people don't take it lightly, Some people don't like it, but I mean, it has to happen, because it's going to happen in the real world. I tell my students, what you leave here and you want to work real jobs, you think I'm on you. Your job. Your job might be difficult and your boss may be hard to deal with, but what you gonna do? Quit? Give up? No, you gotta tackle it. You gotta tackle the day. You gotta win the day. So, nah, man, it's just putting things in place to where, you know what I'm saying. I just prepare my people for the real world. Because it gets real after these 4-5 years of like your eligibility, and you walk into the real world. So
you got them at the college level. I got them at the high school level.
Oh, it's different. High school.
Yeah. I have they're a unique group, but I have the same conversations with my kids all the time. If you can't handle me correcting you in film session, you can't handle me correcting you in the timeout, you can't handle me correcting you, telling you to go back and do that work again because what you gave me was just trash, then you can't handle life. And some kids accept it really well, and some kids, kind of look in and blow it off. Because when kids are in high school, everybody grown, right? And so they want to be grown and they want to do this and that. Okay, great. Yeah, I didn't realize I was grown until after I graduated college and I got my first set of bills and all of this, and I couldn't buy a new pair of shoes. I couldn't buy this. I couldn't buy that because I had to sustain my life. It got real when I lost 3 people this year. It got real, bro, and both my dogs. so holding each other accountable, holding your people accountable, holding your circle accountable, that is so important, bro. And I you're in the text message with me, you and Avery. I constantly tell Avery, hey, bro, I know it's tough, but you got to get through it. I told him yesterday, hey, bro, you got to find some, you got to embrace it, get something out of it, but one thing you can't do is just quit. You can't just, let it overtake you. Right. And so that's a big thing, but those high school kids, they're a different bunch nowadays. And
very, very different. I would say the least. They're different.
Maybe I got babied a little bit working at the Division I level and having those kids that signed to be there and had a purpose for being there. Now I got kids that are just there because they can't miss school.
That is true. Yep.
And so, but that's what it is, bro. But yeah, bro, like I say, it's 2023. The 2023 stands for GOAT, right? So, the GOAT, Michael Jordan. I don't care what you say. Michael Jordan, the GOAT, right? And so 2023, we call it this. This is the GOAT year. Well, the start of the GOAT story, because it's 23. So if you don't hear anything else that I say today, bro, make 2023 the start of your GOAT story. Don't just make it your greatest year, because you got years to come after this. Make this the start of your GOAT story. And I wrote that on my desk. I put it on a Post-it note right next to my mouse on my desktop. This is the start of your GOAT story. And so that's what we making it, and that's what my expectation is. This is the start of my GOAT year. My GOAT story. This is gonna be the greatest year, and then next year is gonna be the greatest year, and then the next year is gonna be the greatest year, and we're just gonna have one great GOATed storyline for everybody.
Yes, sir.
And so, but Trey, you got anything else before we log off? And any closing words for our people who decided to tune in with us today?
Keep it, as simple as it can be, but just thanks for tuning in. This is something that has been in the works, and we finally put the pen and paper, made this a reality. So just be on the lookout for more episodes like this to come moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Be on the lookout. We got some great people lined up to come in and share with us and everything. We know between the both of us, we know some big time people that'll kind of help get this thing moving and get us in the right track. And so y'all, appreciate y'all once again. This project is near and dear to me. I know it is to Tre, but this is for you. This is for us to be able to connect with you and impact your lives just as well as we can impact it in person. And so be on the lookout. We got things to come. I know we just keeping it simple right now, but as we get moving, I promise you, we expect great things from this project. We expect great things from the people that are involved with this. And we expect great things from you to be able to listen to it and take what you can get. Hey, if you could take one thing each episode and use it for the week, we've done our job.
Facts, yo.
But once again, appreciate y'all for tuning in. I can speak for myself. I'm excited. I know Tre is excited, but we can't wait to see what this journey holds, man.
Absolutely.
So until next time.
See ya.